Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is your girl, Fish Grease, aka KD. And I'm gonna let y'all listen to the audio of a YouTube video from Madame Noir. And the title of that video is Pick Me Culture killing women's self-esteem. And the answer to the question is no. But I'm gonna allow you to go ahead and listen to the audio. I'm gonna put the link to the video in the description box. But I don't want you to have to leave to go listen to this piece of shit. Go ahead, I'm gonna let it play, and then I'll come back with the commentary. This is just take a listen.
Pick me.
No, pick me.
Pick me, I'm the one.
I make his plate.
I wash his clothes.
I roll over every time he taps me on my shoulder.
You may have noticed a growing trend on social media, and we are talking about pick me culture. I'm Shamika Sanders, and these are my co-hosts, Kiara Kelly and Africa Miranda. Pull up a chair because you are watching Listen to Black Women. The term pick me has been floating around social media for some time now, but it got a little exacerbated when Love and Hip Hop Miami star Amara La Negra posted a performative post on Instagram cleaning her man's bathroom. She was in like a Fashion Nova dress, and it sparked a whole bunch of backlash and a bunch of women talking about pick me culture. You may be asking yourself, what is pick me culture? Well, Sonia Eskridge wrote in a MadameNoir.com article, a pick me's motivation for shaming other women is men. Everything they do is centered around catching a man. All of which leads us to our question of the week. How do we stop perpetuating pick me culture? Ladies.
I think it's really important to differentiate between being a pick me and just naturally wanting to do things for your partner. Like if you want to naturally cook and clean because that's what you do, that's fine. The problem is when you get so concerned about what you're doing that you want to shame other women for it. Brandy Angler, who's a relationship psychologist, she told Time Magazine that the worry that we aren't good enough and that someone else is better leads to a hypervigilance around other women in general, which social media tends to make worse. So on social media, you see women really touting their accomplishments. Like, I work a full-time job and I cooked and cleaned the entire house. That's how you keep a man. And that's the problem. Sis, if you want to do all that, all good. But you do not have to put down other women to validate how you want to perform in your relationship. You also see women justifying cheating, saying, you know, if you keep it right, get it tight, that's gonna keep your man.
And in pop culture, we see pick me behavior all the time. And now we just have a name for it. We saw Remy Ma on State of the Culture. She was talking about it's okay to cheat as long as you're not married. And I'm just like, out of these old black hood narratives that we get into, that we have been just trained, it's been embedded in us. I think about Aisha Curry, who is like the quintessential wife to every guy out there. She posted on Twitter about how she just likes to dress more conservative. And Amara La Negra, starting that whole conversation around her cleaning her man's bathroom. Sis, if you want to clean your man's bathroom, do you, boo-boo? Don't tell me about cleaning my man's bathroom. That's not going to get me a man.
Yeah, the performing has just gotten out of hand. Like some women have even taken it so far that they're buying their own engagement rings and buying gifts to show this like illusion, you know, that their man is doing all these things. Because again, pick me is about performance. It's about saying, hey, look at me. And I just feel like it's gone so far that women are expected to excel at work and then come home and I've got to clean your house because then that's a reflection of how good your woman is, and cook your food, have sex, raise these kids, be perfect. It's too much. Like, when do black women like get a break? Like, girl, let yourself off the hook. Like, it's okay.
So let's take it to these social media streets and see what people are tweeting about. Deanna Cooley tweeted, "Don't see why girls let themselves go when you're in a relationship. Hashtag keep your man, sis." That is quintessential pick me narrative.
Because that's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid you eat an extra M&M, okay? And now you lose your whole relationship, and then he deserves to go do. What if he puts on weight? Right. all this onus on the woman. It's never about
It's always
the
on
man.
us. It's never on them.
There was also this social media craze that happened, and it spawned this hashtag tweet like a pick-me. So we actually have the pick-me's, and then we have some people who were tweeting like pick-me's. For Devin's sake tweeted, all that education is making y'all self-sufficient. A real woman doesn't need to read anything but her man's nonverbal communication. Anticipate his needs and meet them before he asks. But y'all keep having opinions and all that education and stay single. Hashtag tweet like a pick-me.
That is what so many people tweet. That's all this, like you see it all over social media. Like, oh, you have so much to say, all these black women and they're feminists. I love that the hashtag pick me is now a thing because now we can see who you are.
And we have one more from Forever Quell. I allow my man to cheat anytime he wants because at the end of the day, he's my man. You can send a child to daycare, but at the end of the day, they still have to go home to their real parents.
Again, they're joking, but they wouldn't be able to make these jokes if people weren't actually tweeting things that were very close to it. People have taken this whole thing of like being your man's piece to the nth degree. Like being his piece means you don't have an opinion, you hold him down. And like I feel like it's like all of that mixed with like a dash of Hotep. You put it in like a nice little stew and you have a good little pick-me situation.
Let's move on to the receipts. Kiara, what do the polls say?
As always, we polled our Madame Noir audience to find out what you all think about pick-me culture. We asked who's most at fault when a man cheats, with 99% of you luckily saying the man. Okay, because pick-me's will be out here being like, well, sis, he cheated because you weren't sucking him good enough, or he cheated because you put on some pounds. No, no, no. The person who is responsible for cheating, if a man is cheating on you, it's his fault. We also asked, do hoes deserve to be wives? With 83% of saying yes, everybody deserves love.
Some of y'all lying. There would be no pick-me culture if 83% believed that.
And pick-me culture can go either way because you can have women who are more sexually expressive, shaming the women who might be a little more prudish and being like, well, if you were doing this and this in the bedroom, you would have kept your man. Then on the other side, you have the women who may be a little more sexually conservative, shaming the women who are out there saying, well, if you weren't so out there, you probably would be married. Either side, it does not matter.
Pick-me lines. I'm a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheet.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that's a pick-me line. Everybody used to say that so much back in the day. We were sitting here happily being pick-me's.
Happily. Well, that's why I think pick-me's have, like the pick-me culture has been here. Now we just have a name for it. Because I mean, I'm Southern, so like if there is anything as a Southern woman you've been raised to be, it's kind of pick me. And that actually brings us to our next conversation segment. And there's a writer for the blog Black Women Cry, and she gives her personal views on this whole pick me culture. And she basically says that pick me's are women who are conditioned to internalize misogyny and changes their behavior to fit the narratives of a sexist society. What you've done is basically saying all this messaging that I've received my whole life that women are less than and that we've got to dance to get a man, you're now saying, you know what, I'm going to own that, I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to down you, I'm going to down you, and I'm going to down any woman that doesn't fit into this like performative version of femininity, and it's so damaging.
These ideals were formulated so long ago. Gender roles have changed so much, where, you know, back in the day it was the man did the physical labor, the woman stayed and tended to the house and the children, but women, we are working just as much as men these days. So these pick-me ideals, they just don't work anymore.
And there should be equality because, again, I don't mind fixing a plate. I don't mind like folding clothes. Totally fine with doing that. But I will absolutely do it for a partner that I know will fix my plate or will do something else for me. And I think that's what's lost, is that I'm not going to down you if you choose not to do it. Black women, check yourselves. Like, why? What is this thing about us that we feel like we've got to judge another woman so harshly about what they're doing?
Is it also something rooted in religion?
I would absolutely say that's a part of it, because I mean, look at our marriage vows, look at what religion says. Like, it says that a woman is inherently below a man. It's very pervasive that we go back to that, and a lot of Christianity has been really kind of tweaked and turned and twisted to fit patriarchy.
Ladies, another insightful question, but Kiara, what did we learn? Can you sum it up for us?
Stop shaming other women. If you want to cook, clean, do whatever for your man, that's totally fine, but we just want it to be an autonomous decision. Do it for yourself. The only man that's going to be kept is a man that wants to be kept. It doesn't matter what you do. There is no A, B, or C equals D. Just live in your truth and stop, mind your business. Stop looking at what another woman does in order to decide if you're better and to validate your performance.
Exactly. Pick yourself.
Do you, boo-boo. And thank you for tuning in to another dope episode of Listen to Black Women. Catch us on madamenoir.com, hellobeautiful.com. And until we see you again, bye-bye. Have a good one.
Pick yourself.
Pick yourself.
Okay. So now that you've listened to that crock of shit, we'll go ahead and we will get into some of the things that were said. And I don't need to go necessarily point for point on it, but this is basically an attack on any form of traditional gender roles for women. Any woman that wants to perform, that word was actually used quite a bit in this video. It's performing, and even at about 3 minutes and 12 seconds of that, or of the video, if you go and look at it, one of the ladies is like, well, can't black women get a break? I mean, you gotta do, all of this, and the onus is only on the woman, and this performing is getting out of hand. See, this is why these women can't keep a man. They'll get a dick because, as I've said before, dick is a dime a dozen. They selling dick at the dollar store. You feel me? Okay, it's a 36 pack of dicks at the counter, nigga, where you get your candy. All right, they selling dick. They giving dick away. You get dick. Dick is a dime a dozen. Men, however, are not a dime a dozen. You can't just get a man and then that's it. You just go get, at any point in time, you go get a man. And you don't have to do anything. See, that's the attack. And this is why there's so few good women. Because anytime a woman thinks to do something that benefits her man, okay, she's shamed for it. And they even have a word. They're calling it pick me. I've been called a pick me numerous times. I've been called a mammy. I've been called a handmaiden. I've been called a zoo animal. I've been called quite a few things, all by women. All women. Basically, all of my trolls have been female. And you don't really see them so much in the comment section because they're banned and deleted. Because I don't tolerate that type of thing. If you want to disagree with some points that I'm making, you go right ahead. But all of that trolling, I don't tolerate that on my page, and I don't give it any more energy. After I click delete, that's done. It's deleted out of everything, out of the computer, it's out of my head, it's out of my everything. Because that doesn't bother me. And they're shaming women who want to, as they call it, perform for their men. And this goes back to the video that I did a little while ago about you wanting to win a race, but you don't want to play. You want to win, but you don't want to compete. You see? That is where all of that even comes from. Because here they're actually saying it. They're actually saying, I don't want to compete. We don't want to perform. We don't want to have to do anything in a relationship. Don't want to have to do anything. They even said, they said it quite clearly. Just do you, boo-boo, in a whole relationship. Just, meaning only, do you. And even at the end of it, they were like, well, if you are going to do it, cooking and cleaning, do it for you. Don't even do it for him. So if you're doing you and you expect your man to be doing you, who the hell is doing him? That's one of my questions. If you're busy doing you, and doing you mean do whatever the fuck you want to do. No matter whether he like it or not, agree with it or not, want you to do these things or not, they make him uncomfortable or no, whatever the situation is, you just do whatever the fuck you want to do. And fuck what he talking about. That's the gist of it. And you don't want to do any performing. You don't want to do any of this stuff. And then she gets to naming the different shit that she don't want to do. When we going out working, nobody told you to do that shit. You did that. And then you come home and you gotta cook and you gotta clean and you gotta, do the laundry and raise the kids. Yes, these are your responsibilities. They're your responsibilities. You don't have any problem naming what the responsibility of the man is. None whatsoever. Any of these bitches, no matter how feminist they are, if you ask them what a man should be doing, that bitch can run off a list, boy, to make your head spin. Now, it can be ridiculous, silly ass, goofy ass expectations and shit. It can be goofy as hell, but she will run off a list, honey, and she won't miss a beat. She'll run you off a list of everything that nigga's supposed to be doing for her. All of the shit is for her. But when you turn around and ask, well, what are you supposed to be doing in the relationship? I mean, well, I shouldn't have to do nothing. Which is basically what's being said on this video. No matter what you do, that's not gonna keep a man. There's no ABC equals D that keeps a man. I beg to differ on that. Yes, it is. All of the things that you said you don't want to do and you refuse to do and you're not gonna do, those are all the things that you're supposed to do to keep your man. The only man that's gonna be kept is the one that want to be kept, but you gotta give him a reason to want to be. And this is why you can't find a good woman, because bitches think like this. This is why I go to that channel. Because I know it's a bunch of goofy ass shit that they're talking about, but it's dangerous rhetoric is what it is. Because these women have absorbed that thinking. These women have absorbed that type of thinking. You know what? Every time I make a video, there's a dog. And I know you can hear it. This dog is way across the street from my building in a whole different yard. And you hear him clearly all day. So I apologize for that shit, because that shit drives me crazy. But in any case, because I feel like I'm competing with this fucking dog. But anyway, these are all the things that you refuse to do that actually does keep your man. And you're refusing to do it, which is why he doesn't want to stay. But here's the kicker. Their chief concern isn't how he's treating her in the relationship, but whether or not he cheats. But if you don't feel like you have any responsibility or accountability, and you're doing you in a whole relationship, which means you're not doing things that are considerate of him. You are not considering him and accommodating him, and you're not compromising with him. You're not meeting him halfway. You're not doing anything. You're just doing you. So here's my thing. When he cheat, he just doing him, right? Right? When he cheats or when he go out and find another woman, whether it's temporary or whether he carry on a full affair with her, he just doing him. Because you're doing you, correct? And so since it's not what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you can do you, he can do him. And that's part of doing him. It's going out and finding a bitch that's at least gonna do 2 out of the 10 things on the list, but you ain't doing none. You're not doing anything. This is just a way. And I'm going to tell you this. They're doing and saying all of this and trying to shame women for not competing because they're not going to compete. You already heard them. We're not going to perform like it's some type of dancing monkey. We're not going to compete or perform. So we don't want the rest of you bitches doing it either. Because if you compete and perform and we don't, that make us look bad. And so therefore, we don't want to look bad. So all you bitches just fall back. And none of us are going to do anything. And the way that we're going to ensure that none of us compete is we're going to shame the ones that want to. We're going to shame the ones that try to. We're going to shame them. If you want to do traditional shit, you want to clean up, you want to, you know what I'm saying, be kind of domesticated and shit. And this isn't new. Just like they're talking about, oh, pick me culture isn't new. That shame is shit not new either. You just gonna be barefoot and pregnant. Stay-at-home mothers, housewives have been shamed for a while now as stupid, uneducated, unambitious women, simple-minded women who don't know the value of anything because she wants to take care of her family. She wants to take care of the children. She wants to cater to her man. She wants to make sure that there's peace in the home. She wants to make sure that things are going smoothly in her relationship and in her home. You know what I'm saying? Now, these are the same broads that on the other video was talking about, we don't feel protected by black men. You shouldn't need to. You doing you, right? You don't give a fuck about him or what he's going through or what's going on with him. You just want a motherfucker to be there, pay some bills, drop a little dick every once in a while, and get the fuck up out your face. You don't want his input. You don't want his mental energy. You don't want his nothing. You just want some dick and some money. But women are objectified. That's making him an object, a dildo with a wallet attached. That's basically what you're making him, a walking, breathing dildo with a credit card that you can get at will. But you don't want to do anything in the fucking relationship. That's the part that blows me. That blows me. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. So relieve women of any and all accountability for the relationship that she is in. No accountability for the direction of that relationship. No accountability for what happens in it, how it ended, how it started, how it went about. No accountability. Just, I don't have to keep my body up. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying, be supportive. I don't have to do any of the things that traditionally women were called upon to do. All I got to do is go to work, and he should value that because I am going out and putting just as many hours at work in as you are, and I'm tired too, and I shouldn't have to come in and cook. So who's gonna come in and cook then? I guess him. You see how all of this is so selfish? This is just a really extremely selfish mindset. And they're doing all of this for a man. You goddamn right. But none of these bitches know anything. Plies and Kevin Gates put out a song called All of the Above. And in that song, they talking about, you get dick, you get money, you get all of the above. It's kind of a bop a little bit. And so on Instagram, Plies was like all of the above challenge. You send a little Instagram video, little post about why you're an all of the above type female. And the vast majority of those women, if you go to Plies Instagram, you can see them all. The vast majority of the women did not say anything about their personality. They didn't say anything about how supportive they could be. They didn't say anything about, all they were talking about was the pussy they bring to the table, and I, run this business, and I have this kind of job, and I'm doing, it's real masculine. It's really, really masculine how they're thinking, that this is how you get a man with all of these masculine traits. You want a man who can tell you that he has this kind of business and this type of money and this type of education. That become impressive for men. Like, oh, okay. Because that means usually that he can provide in a situation. He can maintain and protect. So this is what you look for in a dude. This is not what dudes look for in women, though. I mean, yeah. If you got an education and you got a job, I mean, fine. He ain't trying to just make you not have it. But at the same time, that is not what he's looking for in the relationship. That's not what he's looking for you to do. Especially if he's a man of means and you don't really have to work in order to support the household. He's not calling upon you to do that. And you're doing it anyway. You're putting in 10, 12 hours a day, killing yourself at a job because you want to. But that doesn't alleviate you of doing the shit that you're supposed to be doing in your house. Who's taking care of the house if you're alleviated of everything? So I guess he's supposed to do it. He not tired from work and doing all this other shit, and then he got to come home, clean it up, make sure the kids is taken care of, make sure this and that is going on, and all of that kind of stuff. And you get to sit on your ass. And he got to make sure he bringing you flowers and bringing you candy, and don't forget Valentine's Day, and don't forget your birthday, and don't forget Mother's Day, and don't forget your anniversary, and take you somewhere and take you on a vacation. This is a lot that you're asking him to do while you get to dust your shoulders off and say, I don't have to do anything in this relationship to keep my man. Yes, to keep your fucking man. And a man can be kept by you if you're doing the right shit. Okay? And why is your chief concern him cheating on you? You know what? There's some truth to that. If you was holding your shit down, it make it difficult for a man to betray you in a way. It make it difficult for him. Yeah, she is kind of doing, she done kept her body up. She respectful. She do what I like for her to do in this house. She raised them kids right, and all that kind of. She treat me right. Outside of just new pussy, it make it, he hard pressed to find reasons, other than I just want to fuck another woman. Because there is that. I just want to fuck another woman. You know what I'm saying? There are ways to keep your dude. There are ways. I kept mine. In 20 years, that dude did not fuck another female. Although he had every right and opportunity to get a whole other wife. 3 more, in fact. The quota for Muslim brother is 4. So I was 1, and he could have got 3 whole other females. And it wouldn't have been shit I could say about it, to be honest with you. You see what I'm saying? He could have done that. He would have been well within his rights to do exactly that. Never did it though. I mean, there were other reasons, but one of the main reasons he came back and was like, because if she not acting like you, I don't want to deal with her. Because if I get one and she act crazy with me, that's not going to be good for her. Because she going to bring out another side of me. And I don't want that shit affecting the relationship I got with you. Because how you treat me and how you act, it is a gold standard. It ain't a whole lot of women doing that. And I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool, a new woman, and have sex with her, and, it'll be new. And so therefore it'll be exciting because she's another woman. But at the end of the day, I got to deal with her after I get out of the bed from her. I got to deal with her. And if I'm dealing with her and if she don't think like you in certain instances, if she don't react how you be reacting in certain situations, if she do the opposite shit, I'm not going to be happy with that at all. And I'm hard pressed to find another female that's gonna act right. See, she pull out another side of me, that's gonna be a problem. And that's what he told me. I got no reason to disbelieve what he said. So that whole deal, there's nothing you can do to keep your man, and that's just shaming language. That's just fucking, do the men, I'm talking to the guys now, do y'all see how the women do to other women? They come to YouTube and say, all the men are women bashing, but the women are the most vicious. Do you see now what we be talking about? You see what I'm saying? I don't know how many troll comments I have deleted during the course of me having this YouTube channel for the past, what has it been, 5 months or something like that? Calling me all kinds of names and trying to use shaming language. Oh, you a pick me. You know what? I'm gonna wear that motherfucking title proudly, bitch. I am a motherfucking pick me, and I was picked. How is it working out for you? Have you been picked for anything other than dick? And they getting tired of giving your ass that because you hit the wall, bitch. You ain't getting that to the degree that you was getting that before. I'ma pick me, and bitch, you will be a dick pick. They only pick you to give you dick. And all you worthy of is a dick pic, bitch. Now what? I be a pick me, bitch. I got picked. And I'm gonna tell you something else, bitch. I'm gonna tell you something else. All I gotta do is announce to the community that I'm ready to get married again, and I can have a bunch of motherfucking niggas trying to come around trying to marry me. Not just dick me down, but fucking marry me. Just based off rep, bitch. Just based off my rep. Just rep. Just reputation. Just knowing the quality of man that I had. They know who he is, and they know he had a quality woman at home. All they know is that nigga never got another wife, and that nigga was always trying to get to the house. All the time. Wonder why. I wonder why he was doing that. So I'll wear that mantle. I'll be a pick me, because bitch, I can get picked again. You feel me? A lot of y'all bitches can't get picked one time. No times. You my age and a nigga ain't never picked you for shit but to gargle his cum, bitch. That's all he's ever picked you for. I'm talking to all you bitches that agree with that stupid shit. This is why you ain't got nobody. This why you got to try to fight the nigga to make him stay with you and shit. You gotta try to fight him and shit. And go through his phone. You insecure as fuck because you know you ain't shit. And so you know he looking for another female because you know you don't do shit to motherfucking keep his interest at all. You want him to keep your interest and keep you satisfied and keep your pussy tingling, but you don't want to do anything that keep him satisfied and shit, keep his dick hard. Yeah, I said it. You don't want to do anything. And then you will come around to a female like me. Oh, you'll pick me? Yes, ma'am. Yes'm. I'm a pick me. Yes'm. And like I said, bitch, I can get picked again. Do you hear me? It ain't even been a year yet. I could get married right now. If I put the word out, bitch, I can be married in 30 days or less. How about you? How about you? You feel me? So on that note, I'm gonna take my pick me ass out of here and go see can I get picked again. Alright? And then you tell me how many dick pics got slid in your DM, bitch. Not as many as it was a couple of years ago before you officially hit the wall. I'm out.